A certain man once had an ass, which for many, many years carried sacks to the mill without tiring. Finally, however, one day the ass's strength just gave out, and it was no longer any use for work. So the man began to ponder how best to cut down the ass's rations, and indeed how to get rid of the beast entirely. But the ass, sensing mischief in the air, broke from its quarters and ran away on the road to Bremen. There he thought, I shall become a town musician. Why are you howling so, Growler? I beg your pardon?
Just because I am so old, and every day I'm getting weaker all the time. My master wants to kill me.
I'll tell you what. I myself am on my... No, don't put your paws in my face. No, I am on my way to Bremen, there to become a town musician. Why don't you come along, too? I shall play the lute, and you can beat the kettle drum.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yes.
Yes.
Very well, then. Let's be on our way. Come. Come! You should have thought of that before we left. Come! No, sit! No.
Yes.
Oh. Why are you so unhappy, Whiskers?
Who can be happy when he's out at elbows? I'm getting along in years. My teeth are blooded out. I prefer to sit in front of a nice warm fire and purr instead of hunting round after mice. Did you ever taste a mouse? Well, sir, my mistress, she wants to put me in a bag and throw me in the river.
No. Listen, Whiskers. We two are on our way to Bremen, there to become town musicians.
Oh?
Now, it occurs to me that you are quite a hand at serenading.
It's in my nature.
Why don't you join us?
I'd love to.
Very well, then. Let's all be on our way. Get on! You crow so loudly, you pierce everyone through and through.
I do! Yes, I do!
Well, what's the matter?
What's the matter, you ask? Why, didn't I prophesy fine weather for Our Lady's Day? I did, you know, fine weather like that, you see. And yet, notwithstanding this, because Sunday visitors are coming tomorrow, my master has ordered the cook to make me into soup. Chicken soup.
Now, Redcomb, here. I have perhaps a better fate in store for you. You see, we three are on our way to Bremen, there to become town musicians.
Musician?
Yes, sir. Now, You have a fine voice.
Yes, I do.
And when we all make music together, there will be quality in it.
Yes, certainly there would. Yeah.
Very well, then you come with us.
Of course.
Good, I'm
There we go.
Let's all be on our way. Get in line. Get in line. Obviously, we can't make town in one day.
Now, why don't we spend the night here, right here?
Very well. So the ass and the hound went under a tree.
And they all lay down.
While the cock flew up to the top branches. It's cold. It's lonely. The first night away from home. It's cold and lonely. The first night away from home. Psst. There's a light. Psst. I see light. There must be a house. If there's a house, there's a boat.
Maybe there's some tuna.
Well, if we are all in agreement, then let's make for the house tonight, but quietly.
Carefully.
Did you see his face when I disemboweled him?
We're rich.
We're rich.
Tomorrow it's Bremen, eh?
I will take that town.
I hear they're rich there.
Not for long.
What'd you see?
What did I see? A table heavily laden with food and drink, and robbers enjoying it.
Oh, if only that were us.
It could be us. Let's make a plan. All right. I shall get in front of the window with my feet on it.
I'll get on your back. I'll get on your back. And I'll get on your back. And I'll fly up to the top of your head. Good. And they all crash through the window.
After dinner, the ass lay down on a pile of straw.
The dog under the table.
And the cat stretched out in front of the fire.
While the cock flew up to the top rafters and extinguished the light.
Soon the robbers returned.
We were saps to run out like that. We left the gold and food. I wasn't finished eating, were you? What are you saying? Shh. Look, the way I see it, one of us has to go back in there and find out what that was.
Quite right. Now be careful. I'll wait for you here.
Get in there.
Oh.
And report back to me.
Okay. Shh. Seeing all was dark, the robber crept through the front window to strike a light. He saw the glowing eyes of the cat, and mistaking them for coals, struck a match to light it.
What was it?
Behind the door. In out of the fireplace came a witch with long claws, and she struck me across the face.
A witch?
Yeah, and from underneath the table came a man with a knife, and he struck me here.
Oh.
And then out of the floor rose a great hairy devil with two great clubs, and he struck me across the back. And on the roof, the judge sits crying, "Bring the rogue here! Bring the rogue here!" So I took to my heels as fast as I could.
We'll never come back to this house again.
Right. And so the four Bremen town musicians
We're very pleased with their new house.
And they never had to leave it again.
Meow.
Once there was a miller who had a very beautiful daughter.
When she grew up, he wanted her married and settled.
If a proper bridegroom comes along, I shall give her to him.
Well, one day a suitor did come, and he seemed to be rich.
Shut the light, close the door. You don't have to worry anymore. I'll be your baby tonight.
And since the miller could find nothing wrong with the man, he promised his daughter to him.
The maiden did not like him as a bride ought to like her bridegroom, nor had she any faith in him. Whenever she looked at him or thought about him, a shudder came over her.
And one day he said to her, "You are my betrothed, and you've never been to see me."
I don't even know where your house is.
There. Deep in those woods.
She made excuses and said she could not find the way.
On Sunday, I have many friends coming to see me, and I would like you to come too. And so you won't get lost, I'll leave this little trail of ashes on the path.
Shut the light, shut the shade. You don't have to be afraid. I'll be your baby tonight.
When Sunday came, the maiden was frightened, did not know why. She filled her pocket with peas and lentils and set out. At the edge of the forest, she found the track of ashes and followed it, but every step or two, she strewed peas and lentils to the right and to the left, so that she might find her way back again. She walked and walked till she was in the very midst of the forest, where it was almost dark. And there she saw a solitary house, which was dark and dismal. She went in. Not a soul was to be seen, and there was dead silence. Suddenly a voice cried,
Turn back, thou bonny bride, nor in this house of death abide.
The voice came from a bird in a cage hanging on the wall. Again it cried,
Turn back, thou bonny bride, nor in this house of death abide.
She ran until at last she came to a cellar door, and there she saw
An old woman with a shaking head.
Does my bridegroom live here?
Alas, poor child, you don't know where you are. You are in a murderer's den. True, you came here for your marriage, but death will be your marriage. Come here, child. Come. I have filled this kettle with water. 'Tis boiling hot, for soon the murderers will return. If they catch you here, they will kill you without mercy, cut you to pieces, and then cook you and eat you. For they who live in this house are eaters of human flesh. Unless I take pity on you and save you, you are lost. Oh, they're coming. Quickly, child, hide. Hide behind the great wine cask. Be quiet as a mouse.
Soon the robbers returned. They brought a maiden with them.
Kick your shoes off, do not fear. Bring that bottle over here. 3 glasses of wine. One was red.
One was white.
And one was yellow.
And the maiden fell dead.
One of the robbers noticed a gold ring on the dead girl's little finger. But since he could not pull it off,
He took an axe.
and he chopped it off.
The finger flew into the air.
And fell into the lap of the bride.
Where'd it go? Where is it? Have you seen it?
I've not seen it.
Get away from there!
Wait a minute. Has anyone looked behind that cask? There.
No. 'Tis foolishness to search about for a finger. The water is boiling. 'Tis time to eat. Quickly now. Come away.
The old woman's right.
Of course I'm right. Child, quickly, run for your life. Now is your chance.
Come with me.
I have long wished to leave this house of death.
The ashes had all been blown away by the wind, but the peas and lentils had taken root and shot up and showed them the way in the moonlight. They walked and walked all night. And in the morning, when she reached the mill at last, she told her father all she had been through.
The next day was the day of the wedding, and the miller had invited all his friends and relations.
Oh, you look beautiful.
And suddenly the bridegroom appeared.
As the guests sat at the table, each of them was asked to tell some little story.
In turn.
My love, you've been so very, very quiet. Now it's your turn to tell us a story.
I will tell you a dream I've had. I was walking alone in a wood when I came to a solitary house where not a soul was to be seen. A cage hung on the wall of one of the rooms, and in it a bird which cried, turn back, thou bonny bride, nor in this house of death abide." This was only a dream, my love. I walked from room to room, but they were all empty and dismal. Then I came to a cellar where I found an old woman with a shaking head. "Does my bridegroom live here?" I asked. "Alas, you poor child, you are in a murderer's den. Your bridegroom does indeed live here, but he will cut you to pieces, cook you and eat you. This was only a dream, my love." Then the old woman hid me behind a cask, and no sooner had she done so than the murderers returned, dragging with them a maiden. They gave her 3 kinds of wine to drink, one red, one white, one yellow, and after drinking them, she fell dead. My love, I was only dreaming this. Then one of the murderers saw a golden ring on the girl's little finger, and since he could not pull it off, he took an axe and he chopped it off. The finger bounded into the air and fell behind the cask into my lap. Here is the finger with the ring.
When the bridegroom heard this, he turned pale as ashes. And he tried to escape.
No! The guests fell upon him
And executed him on the spot!
Shut the light, close the door. You don't have to worry anymore.